All right, I was in the military back in the 80s, and we had a weapons instructor who did 2 tours in Vietnam and had multiple confirmed kills. And he said something at the beginning of our weapons training that's always stuck in my mind. It's not the person that picks up a weapon and doesn't know about it that is truly dangerous. It's the person who picks up a weapon and pretends to be knowledgeable and pretends to be informed that more than likely will be the one that gets you killed. He went on to add that it's because of their own ignorance and pride, not willing to admit to what they don't know, that makes them so dangerous. I should have made this video a couple weeks ago, but a couple weeks ago it didn't really look like the worst case scenario could become our reality. And should that day arise, a lot of people out there are going to run across people who talk a good game, that sound like they're knowledgeable about things that they're not. Case in point.
This is my first weapon that I ever bought. Bought this weapon back in 1990 in Germany. This is an XR-15 short. We call it a bullpup because this bitch got kicked to. This bitch will knock you the fuck down.
No it's not. This is a bullpup. And neither one kicked that hard.
The interesting thing about this weapon is if I pull back the bolt, see that? See the bolt? No bullet in it. The vertical protection. If I'm not paying attention, and I take this weapon, and I bang it, look what just happened. The bolt goes forward. The weapon has fired.
No, it hasn't. You've simply cycled around into the chamber. And to demonstrate how wrong the Grandmaster is, I'm going to do this demonstration with the safety in the fire position. So we lock the bolt back, insert our loaded magazine, and give her a bump. Notice how the weapon didn't discharge, and that it's still in the fire position.
I didn't touch the trigger, I just simply banged it on the table. If you sit down and you bang this on the ground, you will blow your head off. It happens in basic training every day.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? He sounds convincing. So here we are with the bolt pulled back. The safety still in the fire position. Give it a bump. And according to the Grandmaster, if you hit the butt of the rifle on the ground now, it's fire. If that's the case, then it wouldn't make a click like that when you pulled the trigger.
You all get a letter and a flag saying your son was killed in a training accident. An old shotgun, if you drop it, it will fire. So don't believe these motherfuckers running around talking about, you have your hand on the trigger. You don't have to have your hand on the trigger.
Not to split hairs. It's not your hands on the trigger. It's your finger on the trigger. And unless your finger is on the trigger, more than likely, your weapon isn't going to discharge. Especially one like this.
Let me show you again. I'm going to sit down. I'm tired. You just committed an incident. Your hand was not on the trigger. Doesn't make a difference whether, and it was all safe. Unless you understand weapons for real. Don't you listen to these motherfuckers who have no intention of ever picking up one, and who don't understand that weapons go off by themselves all the time.
No they don't. And I'm willing to put my ceiling where my mouth is. So here we are with the bolt pulled back. Live round. Magazine. Bump it. Notice the safety is still in the fire position. and the weapon didn't fire. I don't claim to be an expert, even though I shot expert on qualification day. But I'll wrap up this video and say the same thing that the same instructor I talked about at the beginning of this video said to me on that day when I got a little cocky when I was walking off the range. Just because the badge is going to say expert, son, don't consider yourself an expert. And you should say a little prayer every day that you never have to become an expert.